Today, we're gonna have a chunky knit throwdown. Welcome back to my channel. So for this week's video, it's going to be kind of a different video for me. I'm going to do a comparison on affordable chunky knit throws. Now, if you haven't seen last week's video, I did a DIY super chunky knit throw blanket. It's the massive one behind me. But I realized that DIYing a chunky knit blanket is not for everyone. So I have searched far and wide for the most affordable, the plushest, the softest, the most value for the money chunky knit blankets that you can buy retail. And in this video, I'm going to be comparing them on several different categories. The first category is going to be price. Now it's going to be overall price without coupons, with coupons, and I'm also going to include the price per square foot. So the amount of blanket that you're getting for that price. So the size is also going to be factored into the price category. The other categories are going to be level of chunk, the softness of the blanket, as well as if the online advertising matches what you actually get when you order it. So for the categories, I'm going to be giving each a score of 1 through 5 based on how well they do in each category. And I'm going to illustrate it with balls of yarn. So without further ado, let's get into it. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 separate chunky knit blankets. One is DIY and the rest are store-bought. 2 of them I did not actually purchase because I can't purchase all of them, but I did find them in stores and I filmed a little bit of a clip for you. First up is a chunky knit blanket from Hobby Lobby.
So I'm at Hobby Lobby right now, and this is a chunky knit blanket. It actually feels really soft, and it almost feels like the Walmart one that I already purchased, except it's knitted differently. Obviously it's a different pattern. The price is $119. It's 50% off right now, so it's basically $60. I'm not going to buy this one because I've already bought so many.
Now for the price slash size category, it was 50 inches by 60 inches, which is typical of a throw blanket, and it was $60 on sale. Now it's not always on sale, so $120 versus $60 is kind of steep, but you can usually find it on sale if you wait a week or two. So the price per square foot for this blanket is $2.88. The level of chunk for this blanket, I would give a 4 out of 5 yarn balls. It's not as chunky as the DIY one that I made, if you've seen that video, but it was still very plush and chunky. The softness for this blanket, I'm gonna give 4 out of 5 because it was very soft and very snuggleable. Snuggleable? Snuggleable. Is that a word? No, it's probably not a word. It's a word now. Another category I'm gonna add that I forgot to mention in the beginning is washability. This blanket is not washable because I believe it's a wool or polyester that feels and looks like wool, so it's not machine washable. The next blanket that I also do not have here, I found at my local HomeGoods. I realized that it's not gonna be available everywhere, but if you happen to see a chunky knit blanket at HomeGoods, it'll probably be this one.
I'm in HomeGoods right now, and it's got a really nice feel to it. Super soft. It is $80 and it's 50 by 60 inches. While it's really nice, I did pay around $90 for the one that I made, and it's way more chunky than this one. If you're in your HomeGoods, check this one out.
The price of this blanket is $80, which I don't believe they have coupons, so $80 is probably what you're gonna pay for that blanket. The size of the blanket was 50 by 60 inches, and that would make the price per square foot $3.84, which makes it the most expensive blanket in this entire category. So for the softness category for the HomeGoods blanket, I'm going to give it 3 out of 4. It was soft. I mean, all of them are going to be soft, but some of them are much softer than others. This one scored a 3. Also, the washability on this blanket is not machine washable. You have to hand wash it. Disclaimer, you have to hand wash every single blanket that I have right now. So not machine washable friendly. The next blanket in our throwdown is this super chunky knit throw from Target. It's by the brand Threshold, and it is $29.99. Now this is not what you would consider your typical chunky knit pattern. The yarn is not the chunkiest thickness, but it does have that chunky knit throw feeling to it. Just not what you would expect when you think of internet chunky knit throw, but it still is very soft and very good quality. The size of this blanket is also 50 by 60 inches, and that makes the price per square foot $1.44. So because it's not as chunky as other chunky knit throws, it's way more affordable. So if you don't mind it not being the chunkiest of knits, this is a great option. For softness, I give this blanket 2 yarn balls out of 5. It is still really soft, but compared to the other blankets, it's not the softest out of the bunch. I'm also going to give this 2 yarn balls for the level of chunk category because it's just not the chunkiest chunky knit blanket, you know? But it's affordable. Pros and cons, people. The next blanket we're going to look at is this super chunky knit throw blanket from Walmart, of all places. It's from their Walmart marketplace sellers, so it's not directly through Walmart. The price that I got it for was $45.75. Weird price, but that's what it was. And the size of this blanket is 50 by 54 inches, thus making the price per square foot $2.44. For the level of chunk category, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. It is not the most chunky, but it is definitely chunky. So the softness level on this blanket is 5 out of 5. This is the softest blanket out of every single blanket that I have. It's just very like smooth and silky and like squishable. Now on this particular blanket, I have a bone to pick with this marketplace seller because it is not as advertised. When I went to purchase this blanket, the images that they have posted for the listing is not what this is. Now this is very nice, it's very soft, and it's really well made, but it's not the level of chunk that they advertise, because I'll put a picture of the advertisement. This level of chunk does not match that level of chunk. I'm just saying, false advertising. Don't lie to me about level of chunk. And the final contestant in the chunky knit throwdown is this DIY chunky knit blanket. I got the yarn from Michaels, and it is $17 and some odd change for each ball of yarn, which is not cheap. Trust me, I know it's not cheap. They're actually $35 each ball of yarn, but I made sure to use a 50% off coupon with each and every one of them. So for the softness level for this, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. It is still really soft, but it is not as soft as the Walmart one, for sure. Now for the level of chunk, this definitely gets 5 out of 5 yarn balls. The size that I made mine to is 70 inches by 65 inches, so it's quite a bit bigger than all the rest of the blankets. I'm sure you could use less balls of yarn. I used 5 of them to make this blanket. I'm sure you could use 3 to 4 to get a similar sized blanket compared to the other throw blankets, but I really wanted a super chunky one, so that's what I made. Now for the price of this blanket, it cost me $87.50 to make this blanket. The price per square foot for this blanket is $2.77. Now you have to factor in the fact that it does take time to make this, and DIYing a chunky knit blanket is not for everyone. So if you want a blanket this size with this level of chunk and you don't want to pay $200, $300, $400 for one this size, I would definitely recommend making it because it's not that hard, and I made a tutorial for you to make it easier. So as a final comparison, I laid out my humongous chunky knit throw and I put the other 2 blankets on top of it so you could get a visual side-by-side comparison or top-on-top comparison of the blankets. video, guys. I hope you guys liked this comparison video. I know it's a different video than I've ever done on my channel before. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up or leave a comment. I actually got a lot of feedback on making a DIY washable chunky knit blanket, so I'm probably going to do that in a couple weeks. I have a few projects that I need to get out that are in the process right now, so it might be a little bit before I can finish that one, but it would be washable, which is very important. So with all that said, I hope I helped you guys narrow down your options of chunky knit blankets, because I feel like everybody should have a chunky knit blanket to keep them warm this winter. Anyway, I hope you guys all have amazing weeks, and I will see you guys in the next video, as always. Bye guys!
1, 2, 3, jump!